Two-Face Part 2, obviously it wraps up the story threads from Part 1, but what's interesting about it is that Part 1 is all setup, it's all origin story, and in Part 2, he's become Two-Face and he's started his criminal career. And so in a way, even though I think of both parts together as being one long story, it does kind of break apart into two, even halves. To me, it's the pivotal Batman episode. It's the first one where everything kind of gelled, where everything kind of all came together, and we said, oh yeah, this is exactly the kind of show we want to do. Two-Face Part 1, as I said, is all kind of setup. It's all origin story stuff. In Part 2, he has become Two-Face already, and so at that point it is kind of more of a straight rogues gallery episode. But because of Part 1 that set up all the interesting dramatic conflicts, his dual personality and Bruce Wayne's feeling of responsibility for his friend, and he's his good buddy, but he's also his enemy, and all of this stuff all kind of dovetails in Part 2.
This is my world now. A dichotomy of order and chaos.
We knew from the very beginning of the show that we wanted to set his character, his civilian character, Harvey Dent, up in earlier episodes before we did the Two-Face episode, so that the audience would get a chance to get to, know him as a character and like him before we twisted the knife and, turned him into a bad guy.
For the next 5 minutes, I'm in control.
Richard came in and just kind of nailed it. He was good as both Harvey Dent and as Two-Face. He's actually in the very, very first episode that we did On Leather Wings. He's got a little tiny cameo as Harvey Dent. And we also used him as the Bat Computer because he happened to be in that episode. So every time we had the Bat Computer, we would, bring Richard in to speak the voice of the Bat Computer. But it wasn't until this episode that he really, really got to shine, and boy, did he.
Before I go, I want you all to give Rupert Thorne a message for me.